Now on CoastTV News.
A new healthcare campus coming to Millsboro. Why right here?
Sussex County joining a lawsuit against the state of Delaware over a key decision for the future of U.S. wind projects.
A lot in Fenwick Island may soon become a new place for parking, while one local business is asking for the change.
We're tracking some dense fog for tonight going to early tomorrow morning, but the winds will still be the bigger story.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Beebe Healthcare breaks ground on a new medical campus. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with another healthcare facility coming to one of our fastest growing towns. On your screen now is the area where Beebe Healthcare is expanding off Route 113 between Sheep Pen Road and Route 20 with a new health campus in Millsboro.
Community leaders and Beebe Healthcare gathered there in Millsboro today to break ground on that new campus. CoastTV News reporter Nicole Richter shows us why people say the Millsboro project matters.
1, 2, 3.
Shovels hit the dirt as Beebe Healthcare broke ground in Millsboro. The new facility on Sheep Pen Road near the new bypass will include a hybrid freestanding emergency department with pediatric emergency rooms, walk-in care, imaging services, and more.
It is absolutely fabulous because we need new medical facilities.
Beebe leaders say the expansion to Millsboro helps cut down travel times, as Beebe's closest emergency and specialty care centers are in Lewis and Frankfort.
I think anytime you have to wait to get into a hospital or a doctor's office, it's not a good thing. So I think it'll help out.
Millsboro is growing, and Beebe and people who live here say the need for healthcare grows too.
Everybody realizes there's a lot of people moving into Sussex County. And with that, there has been a shortage of everything, including medical especially. And anywhere Beebe can expand, I'm more than happy about it.
Beebe says construction will move forward in phases for the next 18 months. But as of right now, they do not have a completion date.
What's an empty piece of land today, Beebe says it will soon become a new healthcare hub, bringing medical care closer to home for people living in this area. In Millsboro, I'm Nicole Richter, Coast TV News.
Tidal Health also broke ground in Millsboro between the intersection of Route 113 and Route 20 in July. Tidal Health says this will be their largest non-hospital facility offering, with 12 different services, including primary care and general surgery.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how far do you usually travel to get health care?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 45% say 15 to 30 minutes, 18% say over 30 minutes, 29% say under 15 minutes, 8% are not sure.
And we do have a comment from Tina from Delmar. She says, I grew up in Millsboro and moved to Delmar, Delaware in 2002. I have to travel to Lewis for medical care.
If you haven't voted yet or left us a comment, please do so right now, coasttv.com or our mobile app.
Let's take a live look into Milford right now as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Paul, it was a little warmer today.
And that little bit of moisture and warmth is going to become a little bit of a concern late tonight. I'm going to show you a specialty map we've created just for this occasion. We're at 51 degrees in Lewis, and we're going to stay on the mild side compared to where we have been, down to 39 by 9 o'clock. So with the temperature going up and moisture going up, we're going to watch out for some dense fog for tonight. Kick in as early as 1 o'clock near Rehoboth and then Dewey Beach. We'll watch how it takes over the entire area by 3 o'clock in the morning. This is our special future fog map. We're highlighting what's happening. Now remember about fog. Technically, fog is a cloud on the ground. That's actually what fog is. So we're looking at visibility cut down to 1/10 of a mile for us at Ellendale, less than 1/4 of a mile for places like Long Neck, Millsboro, Georgetown, Milton, as well as over towards Rehoboth. So we're looking at visibility being a challenge for us all the way till about 8 o'clock, where it overtakes the entire area. And that's just the fog concern we have for Thursday. Friday, we have a red alert day, and we're going to talk about that in our next weather segment.
Thank you, Paul. Sussex County Council voted for the county as a whole to join a lawsuit first started by Fenwick Island. The lawsuit claims that the state should have respected local laws when Sussex County Council decided a substation on Old Indian Power Plant shouldn't be allowed. That was essentially overturned when the state passed Senate Bill 159. That bill requires allowing electric substations in certain areas if they meet certain conditions. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. Brandon, council was split on the lawsuit.
Charlie, only 4 members from Sussex County Council voted on this. The one member that did not was Matt Lloyd. Following an executive session, he said he was uncomfortable with the topic. And then Jane Grunenbaum was the sole no vote on this, followed by 3 yes votes to push Sussex County into this lawsuit by Steve McCarran, John Riley, and Douglas Hudson. And this lawsuit comes with criticism from both sides. Some saying this is government overreach, but others saying this is just how things should be.
So from our perspective, that's a body of law that should have been respected by the state.
But the states should have jurisdiction over their counties.
There's many legal and regulatory hurdles that offshore wind projects are facing. For example, a federal court denied U.S. Wind's request to block a review of its Maryland project, so the timeline for these projects are still unknown. Live in Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Surf Bagel had its first summer in Fenwick Island this year, leading to long lines and, according to the president of the business, parking problems. Now, Surf Bagel is asking the town for a rule change they say could help fix the issue. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe is live in Fenwick Island. Kevin, an empty lot sits right next to Surf Bagel.
Maddie, we are standing on the plot of land in question. And as of right now, the town says no cars can park here, even if the property owner gives a business a green light to. Now that's the thing the Surf Bagel president is trying to change. According to Matt Patton, the president of the company, the 29 parking spots aren't enough to keep up with the demand for freshly made food. And a solution might be right next door. Patton has asked the town if the underdeveloped land next to the business could be used for additional parking. That'll be discussed during Friday's Charter and Ordinance meeting. One homeowner hopes to see more parking during the summertime.
If it's a lot that's sitting unused, I'm all in favor for it, just as long as we do so responsibly.
Now, according to the Fenwick Island mayor, if changes are made and cars are able to park here, the business that wants customers to park here will first have to make a deal with the property owner. After that, they'll both have to send a request to the town for review. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Fenwick Island, Coast TV News.
Today, President Donald Trump traveled to Dover Air Force Base for a dignified transfer honoring 2 National Guard members killed in an attack in Syria. The National Guard has identified the servicemen as Sergeant William Howard and Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar. During the dignified transfer, flag-draped cases are carried from the aircraft to the base mortuary, where the fallen service members will be prepared for their final resting place.
President Donald Trump will make a live address to the nation tonight from the White House. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told Fox News Trump will talk about his accomplishments and may tease policy plans. The address is scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch it right here on Coast TV. As the president preps for a primetime address, House Speaker Mike Johnson faces a rift within his ranks over health care.
NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports 4 Republicans joined Democrats to force a vote on extending Obamacare tax credits. Without those insurance premiums, those could skyrocket for millions of Americans.
President Trump is preparing to address the nation tonight to tout what his administration views as his biggest accomplishments during his second term.
All that he's done to bring our country back to greatness and all he continues to plan to do.
But the primetime speech at the White House comes as he faces growing skepticism over his handling of the economy. Just 36% of Americans approve of it, according to a new poll. A senior administration official tells NBC News the president will also mention Venezuela, making the case for his escalating military buildup in the Caribbean. Trump ordering a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers coming and going into Venezuela. It's the latest pressure tactic against the South American country's authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro, who Trump says uses oil revenue to finance drug trafficking and terrorism, which Maduro has denied, arguing the U.S. is trying to manufacture a war.
He's going to have himself some big problems if he doesn't wise up.
Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the administration is facing another battle. 4 Republican lawmakers have revolted, defying GOP leadership and signing on to the Democrats' discharge petition to force a vote to extend tax credits for the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. They're set to expire December 31st. Without the extension, millions of Americans could face skyrocketing health care premiums.
We have now made it to 218 signatures.
Those 4 frustrated Republicans say they had no choice because House Speaker Mike Johnson refused to bring the subsidies extension to a vote.
We worked in a good faith effort over these many weeks to come up with a bipartisan compromise on extending the enhanced premium tax credits with reforms.
Republicans need to step up and stop just complaining about the problem, but also provide some solutions to the broken Democrat system.
The petition comes as the House will vote on a GOP bill that's favored by many conservatives, but that's not expected to pass.
The political stalemate over those health care subsidies had already led to the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, lasting 43 days. Any House vote wouldn't happen until January, and the Senate has already shot down an extension, meaning, at least for now, it's very likely premiums will go up in the new year. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Washington.
The rules surrounding accessory dwelling units could change in Lewis, what the Planning Commission is reviewing tonight.
We have newly issued wind advisories inland as well as throughout a good portion of the ocean water. We'll talk more about that and why we have a red alert day now for Friday morning.
But first, no bark at the beach. Where Lewis wants to keep dogs off the sand during the summer season, up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Rules for dogs on the beach in Lewis are up for debate today. The city's ad hoc committee looked at a potential change about its dog ordinance and other beach-related items.
The proposed ordinance looks to ban dogs on beaches during the entire summer in restricted areas, which the city says are the areas where beaches have lifeguards.
The city says this is to eliminate confusion and prevent dog waste from being left on the beach. And we spoke with dog owners in Lewis who have differing opinions.
If they ban dogs during the season or while there are lifeguards on duty, that's something I couldn't even argue with or be upset about. It's a public beach, and a dog can always be a liability or to someone a menace or a nuisance.
Well, dogs are important for me to be on the beach. That's why I'm in Lewis. I've looked around a lot of different areas in the past.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center showing us what day is not going to be good to take your dog to the beach, regardless of the rules. Up next.
Visibility is our primary concern for tonight, and wind and rain with a possible problem with that, and a red alert day is our concern Thursday night going into Friday morning. In Lewis, 51 degrees, winds calm and out of the north. We will drop to 39 by 9 o'clock. Temps right now, we're at 50 degrees, Indian River Inlet, as well as Redden. We're at 49 Georgetown and Seaford, 48 degrees, Gumboro and Del Mar. Feels like the same, and the winds are coming out of the south, so the wind chill is not an issue for right now. What might be an issue is visibility late tonight going into tomorrow morning. You see, visibility is going to drop to near zero in Ellendale as early as 3 o'clock in the morning, down to a quarter of a mile or less in Lewis, Rehoboth, Long Neck, Millsboro. But that's at 3 o'clock in the morning. When everybody's up, everybody's under the thick fog tomorrow morning. And we're talking about thick fog everywhere until you get to, let's say, Bethany Beach, Fenwick Island, Ocean City. But everywhere else, everybody's going to be slowly walking their way through. Yeah, it's going to be that dense, okay? But it'll clear out for us. And then we're watching out for another round of dense fog Friday, but that'll accompany some rain that we're going to talk about in a moment. So winds now our primary concern. We have a newly issued wind advisory for Lewis, Rehoboth, Midway, Dewey Beach. This goes down towards Ocean View, South Bethany, Bayville, Fenwick Island. This is along Highway 1 as well as throughout inland areas, and then along the ocean or out in the water, we have gale wind warnings. That's a 45 mile per hour wind. So inland, we're watching out for about 25 to 30 mile per hour winds, 45 here, and then from Ocean City down towards Chincoteague, we're watching out for 35 mile per hour winds. So it's blustery all over the place going into Thursday and Friday because of that storm that's on the way. Since winds are concerned, let's talk about that. Wind gusts today, we measured up to like 25 mile per hour wind gusts. And right now we're relatively light, but that's going to pick up momentum Friday when that rain shows up. Out of the south at 37 mile per hour wind gusts in Bethany Beach, 36, Ocean City. Friday afternoon, the winds shift out of the west, and then they really start boogieing, like at 40 to 45 mile per hour winds. Some models even try to hint towards a 50 mile per hour gust. That's crazy. But for tomorrow, we're going to hold serve 50, and we're going to be a little bit above the norm for 50s along the entire Delmarva Peninsula, with clouds just slowly building up. And so as you take a look at the timing, for Thursday, we're looking pretty clear, but then we look at outbreak of scattered showers for Friday, and the amount of rain that we're talking about, we're looking at about a ½ inch to a full inch. All that being said, we're watching out for a really messy situation Friday morning. So we have a red alert day, mainly in the morning time. By lunchtime, most of the stuff should be out of here, but then we drop like a stone Saturday, back to being cold.
Paul, thank you. Tonight in Lewis, the Planning Commission is reviewing the rules surrounding accessory dwelling units, specifically the requirement that property owners must live in one part of an ADU. The city says there are several existing ADUs where both units are being used as short-term rentals, and they're breaking the rules. According to the code, property owner, again, must live there, but the Lewis Planning Commission is gathering tonight to figure all this out at 6:30.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6, it's live NCAA women's basketball when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Townsend. Then catch the final score at 10:30.
We salute Private First Class Lonnie Woody, a proud veteran who served with honor in the U.S. Army until his passing in March 2022. His service took him across the globe, including stations in Germany and Korea, where he contributed significantly to our military efforts.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Christmas time is here, which means so is our Bless Our Children campaign. Our tree is full of cards representing donations from viewers like you that make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. We have an awesome card here. This is fantastic from the Ryder family in Bishopville. You see it has them with some llamas, it looks like, on a trip. Also some pictures in here from Yellowstone and the Chincoteague Pony Swim. Awesome here from the Ryders. They say we always watch the news with you. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Ryder family. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation in a holiday card, and we may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen, or donate online at blessourchildren.org. We've already raised over $321,000. Thank you, everyone who has donated.
The holiday season continues on, and so does our holiday house.
And let's show you a pretty cool picture of some beautiful decorations. This is from Angela in Milford. I think Santa's even making an appearance near her staircase.
Just a little sneak around the corner there. I love it. Nicely done there. Thank you again for showing us your home.
If you want to show us your decorations, we'd love to see it. Send it to us right now, coasttv.com/holidayhouse. We'll be right back.
Right now in Ocean City, we're holding at 44 degrees, and that feels a whole lot better than what we've been dealing with for the last few days. So, hey, let's enjoy it while we have access to it, right? Cloud cover will still stay hovering over us in Ocean City. We'll drop to 40 degrees. Now, we do have some concern with winds. We have some inland wind advisories, but also gale wind warning, which is 45 mile per hour winds. That's going to stay in effect until Saturday, and we're looking for a gale wind watch from Ocean City all the way down. This is up here. This is 45 mile per hour winds. Down here is 35 mile per hour winds. Breezy regardless. Our umbrella giveaway winner, Patricia Karen of Selbyville. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We are calling for a red alert day Friday because the rain and the winds are going to really kick in for Friday morning during the commute is where it's going to be the worst time, okay? After that, we drop off precipitously because Saturday, a high of only 43. In other words, we're going to go from 61 Friday all the way down to 37. And by the way, Friday's a backwards day.
We got it, backwards day, and we'll be here. Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download that Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Be sure to join us and have a great evening.